use short time only to explain about the Vipassana for the 32 parts of the body. As we know, Buddha mentioned about Dhammanusari. Dhammanusari, there are 4 things in there. Okay? Meet a teacher. Number 2, listen to the teaching. Number 3, you think about it. Yoniso manasikara. Number 4, you practice. Okay, so now we talk about the practice. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Buddha talk about the practice of the 32 parts. I think this is in the section number 1, 2, 3, section number 4, I think. He say about the word is Tua Tim Sakarang. Okay, the Tua Tim Sakarang, there are 32 parts of our body. Why do Buddha want to teach like that? This is a fact. This is not make-up story. The body consists of different parts. And the modern medical science, and they also have discovered in the ancient Chinese medicine's practice, they also know about all this. Actually, they know more than that, more than the modern medical science know about. Similar to the Tibetan medical practice also. They know more than the modern medical science, because they know about the meridian and about the energy, the flow of energy, all this. This is beyond the modern medical science. Anyway, in the Buddha 32 parts, he say there are 20 parts of earth element and 12 parts of water elements, so make up of 32 parts within our body. So then how do we practice that? And of course there are different, in the old day there are different teachers teaching about this. Based on what Buddha has taught in the Mahasatipatthana, I teach this way, okay? This I have been teaching like this since 2010, more than 14 years ago. That our body, the 20 parts of element is divided into 5 groups. Each group there are 4 of them, and there are 12 parts of the water element can be divided into 3 groups. Each group also 4 of them. So altogether there are 8 groups of different parts. So that's much easier for us to practice. So tonight I will mention this group by group. Okay, first 5 group is earth element. The hair on your head, the hair on your body, your nail and the toenail. And then the next one is our teeth within our mouth. So this is the first group. I would say this is on the outer, on the outside of us. Okay, these are the outer one. So in the Visuddhimagga, Buddhaghosa say we need to look at 5 of them. each of these one we need to look at it in 5 ways. The color, the shape, the location, the adjacent, and the boundary. Okay, these 5 are there. So each of them, when you look, when you sit down and do your Vipassana, supposing you do the hair, you close your eye and you think about the hair on your head. Then color, black color, whatever, or for myself is white. For Venerable Niruddha is white color. So doesn't matter. You just look at the color of your hair, and then you look at the shape and its individual strength. Right? Just like it's just like hair. Hair is hair. No other shape. So then the location is on top part. You can have the top, middle, and lower. 3 major locations. Then adjacent is adjacent to your top head skin, because it grow up of the skin. So that is adjacent. And then finally the boundary. Boundary is between the hair and your skin on your head. That's the boundary. So they are not the same stuff, isn't it? Skin is the skin and the hair is the hair. So when you look at the first eye, you look at it, you should have these 5 things within your vision. Color, shape, location, adjacent, and boundary. Instantly you should see that. Even though Visuddhimagga say about these 5, but you should see that straight away, these 5, with one look. If you cannot look with one look about these 5 things, then you need to practice. You need to go through one by one. You understand? Number 2, the hair on the body is same. There are different parts. It includes our sideburn, our mustache. Of course, the lady don't have, and our beard, okay? And then hair in your nose, hair in your ear, and under the armpit, and arms, leg, and body, everywhere. These are the body hair. So body hair is different from the hair on the head. They are much shorter. They could be curved. Some of them, the hair is curved. So if it's curved, you should look at it as a curved shape. So you look at your own hair and you identify that. Also 5 ways: color, shape, location, adjacent, and boundary. These 5 are there. So then next you look at your nail. You close your eye, do Vipassana, understand? Then you visualize your own nail, your fingernail and your toenail, each and every one of them. You go through it. So this is very systematic. The purpose of this is to destroy our body as a whole is me. This is a wrong perception. We have the wrong perception, this is my body, but there is not my body. We always have this wrong perception since when baby time until now, and had never been totally destroyed, this perception. So therefore, Buddha taught this is for us to destroy the perception that this is a whole, understand? And it's me. This is the second most dangerous perception. All our suffering is arising because of the me. If there is no me, no suffering. Understand? So then now you do the toenail, also go through the same 5. One eye, you look at it, you should have this 5 in there. If you couldn't have this 5 in there, you need to go through it one by one. Make no mistake about this. Okay? So this is the first group. Second group is the skin, the whole skin until the head, until the neck, shoulder, front, and the body, in the back. So it's like a piece of glove we put in our hand. This body skin is like a glove. It wraps our body very tightly. Then everything is stored inside there. The bone, the flesh, the tendon, all the internal organs are stored inside there within this layer of skin. So the skin is like a cloth that we wear on our body. So it's everywhere. You know, location, you look at it, it's everywhere. And the skin color, of course, is different. My skin color and Upeka skin color is different, right? And if you get a Negro, again it will be different again. It doesn't matter. You look at the color, you look at the shape, and you look at the location, you look at the adjacent to what? Adjacent to all the flesh. Under the skin, adjacent to all the flesh within our body. And the flesh everywhere. If you look at a piece of chicken, you look at it, take away the skin, there's the flesh. Same. It's the same thing. So adjacent is the flesh or the muscle. Then last one is boundary. Skin is skin, flesh is flesh. That's the boundary. You understand? Just like the boundary between Victoria and New South Wales, there's a boundary. Victoria is Victoria, New South Wales is New South Wales. They can't be the same thing. Understand? Alright, so that's how we look at it. First one is the skin. This is the second group. Skin, and then next is tendon. You look at all the tendon within the body, there are hundreds of them. Maybe 600 of them, I think, according to the Visuddhimagga. And of course, the medical profession, they all know this everywhere. Just our hand alone, this hand, there are 10 of them. 5 on top and 5 below. And that's why our finger can move. When the finger moves inward, it's because of 5 tendons underneath the hand pulling it. If you were to cut this hand open, you can see the tendon is white color. And the fact that finger moves is this tendon pulling it inward. So this tendon here loosen it. That's how we move. We think it's my hand. No. We think our hand moves. It's not. It's because the tendon stretching and pulling. Alright? Similarly, when we walk also. Therefore, don't be deceived by the movement of the body. You think it's me moving. No, it's not you moving. If you can see the truth, it will easily destroy the fallacy of a me. This our biggest problem is the Sakaya Ditti. This is called Sakaya Ditti. Is to destroy the Sakaya Ditti. That the body is me, feeling is me, the perception is me, the karmic formation is me, and the consciousness is me. This is a fallacy. It's Michatiti. Only can be destroyed through Vipassana. If you don't do Vipassana, you will forever be a Pugala. You will never become an Arya. Understand? And you must practice the right Dhamma. You practice the wrong Dhamma, you don't get the result. See, as an ordained monk and nun, you have to follow your Vinaya. If you don't follow Vinaya, no hope. No hope, I can tell you. Understand? Yeah. Alright, there's the skin and the tendon, and then the, skin and the flesh and the tendon, and finally the bone, the second group, the fourth one, bone. The bone is hip bone, neck bone, spine, and our rib. There's several bone, and the spine has got many of them stacked together, one like a Lego. And then the hip bone, and then the arm bone, many of them. Even one hand here, this hand here, see each finger has got 3 bones joined together. You look at that, each finger has got 3 bones. This one's got 2 bones. And then here there are more bones behind it. So you just imagine how many bones, hundreds of it, 300 something, 600 over tendon, 600 over pieces of flesh, over 300 pieces of bone, various shape within our body. So you look at it, color, shape, location, what is next? Adjacent and boundary. One by one you look at that. Then, oh, there are 300 bones, how am I going to look at it? No, you look at it as a skeleton. You don't need to look at it, everyone. Bone is just a bone, as a whole. Just like, you know, those model skeleton you see, you buy from the shop, and it's about this height and it's white color. You put it on a piece of steel and holding it from the head down, and it's dangling there. It's the same. They use it as a model in the hospital, in the classroom, to teach the student, oh yeah, this is a skeleton. And we look at it also that way. We do Vipassana, also look at it that way. You don't need to look at it, how many bones I have, and what each shape of the inside, how am I going to practice? It's too much, isn't it? So this is the second group. Third group, your bone marrow, kidney, heart, and liver. Okay? Bone marrow, which we can't see, but we know if you eat a pork bone or if you eat the chicken bone, inside the bone has got bone marrow. That's white color, similar like brain. So bone marrow, okay, you look at the color, shape, what's next? Location, what's next? Adjacent, and last one, boundary. Just keep on repeating yourself, each one of these, so you become very familiar with it. Then your Vipassana will quickly, you can able to do your Vipassana. Alright? This is the second group. A third group now. So bone marrow, kidney, heart, and the liver. Liver, which is under in your tummy above, just right in front of your tummy, across. Triangular shape. This is your liver here. You can touch by your hand, you know it. I think she will have a big problem with the liver, like me. I mean, you always like that, can't help it. Because the livers are being poisoned by all the food that we eat. Too much poison these days in the food, can't help it. It's like that. All this insecticide, all sorts of things. You spray on the veggie, on the fruit, then eventually the liver get poisoned. What to do is like that. And as a result, the liver is complaining, and therefore you feel not comfortable. You understand? Yeah. Okay, so this is the third group. Fourth group now. Diaphragm. Huh? Your spleen, which is behind your liver and next to your gallbladder, spleen. Lung. Okay, see Buddha, why he do that? Why he go down and go up, go down up? That's to tell you, go look through it. He's hopping. Tummy, abdomen, and then the chest, like that. Spleen, and then the lung. And then intestine. This is again in the abdomen. After you look at the lung, then you look at the intestine. Intestine is from your what do you call it, duodenum. After duodenum is your intestine, and then your colon. So this is all considered intestine. So this intestine is very long. After the stomach, all is considered intestine. That's a fourth group. Alright? Then the fifth group. The membrane holding our intestine. especially the people who got hernia, like me. I already got hernia, so I need to have operation. Put 2 net inside there, under the intestine, in order to hold it. Otherwise, the intestine will go down, and very painful. Because last time I built temple, and carry heavy stuff. As a result, my intestine membrane broken, so all the intestine went down. Very painful. So now, after the operation, I can't lift heavy stuff. If I carry some heavy stuff, again this will go down. Then again go to hospital. They put a net inside there to hold. There's a membrane. The membrane is very thin, it's almost transparent, just to hold our intestine. Male and female both have it. Some women also got the hernia problem if they always do lift heavy stuff. So be careful. Okay, so there's a membrane holding the intestine. Okay. Then next one is stomach. Then next one is a feces. And then last one is the brain. See, Buddha jump down, jump up. You have to follow this order and do it. Then eventually you will get a whole shape of the body. And each one you look at it, you know the parts are just the parts. It doesn't belong to anybody. Lung is just a lung. Feces is just a feces. Brain is just a brain. Nobody's brain. Eventually you will get to this understanding. These 32 parts, we went through 20 now. They're just the parts only. Nobody belongs to nobody. The fact that it's able to operate is because it's alive. Once the breathing stops, everything stops. Then it dies. And it starts to rot. And it dies. It dies and then it starts to change the elements start to break out and then it will rot. That's the fact. Okay, this is a 20 parts, 5 group. Now we look at the other 3 groups of water element. First, your bile, which is in your gallbladder. Bile, and then your flame from your lung, and then the pus, if we have wound, pus yellow color, very salty taste, pus. And then the last one is most important one, which is very, very important, is the blood. Because that's where our consciousness, the seat of the consciousness is in there, the blood. And the blood is everywhere, all over the body. Alright? So that is the first group. And you also look at it, color, the shape, of course they're all liquid. Okay? And then the, what is that? Location, blood everywhere. Bile only in the gallbladder. That's location. Understand? And then boundary, the bile is a bile, gallbladder is a gallbladder. The bile is in the gallbladder. Just like our urine is in our bladder. Of course, but the bladder is not one of the organs. Buddha never mentioned that. So it doesn't matter. That bladder is considered part of the kidney. Don't worry about it. Or could be part of the intestine. It doesn't matter. You say, oh, why Buddha missed one of the important organ, the bladder? No, don't worry about it. Yeah. If all the other is not yours, the bladder also is not yours. Okay, so we have done the first group, which is bile, the flame, the pus, and the blood. And the second group now, the sweat on your body and the fat here in front of your tummy. And then your tears from your eye. And then next one is a grease on your body, especially on a hot day if you're sweating and all the sweat bring out the grease as well from the body through the pores, and you'll be on your body. And if you rub, it becomes black color. That's grease. That's called the grease. So this, you also need to look at it, the color, the shape, the location, the adjacent, and finally the boundary. So what is the boundary between the grease and what is the boundary? Grease is a grease, skin is a skin. Even though the grease is on the skin, grease has got nothing to do with the skin. Grease is just grease. Understand? Last group. Your saliva from your mouth and the mucus on your nose, and then the lubricant within in every joint of the bone. They are lubricant. The lubricant is like a grease for the car. Understand? Without the grease in the car will be grinding on the metal, very noisy. With the grease, the noise can get down and the parts can move smoothly. Similarly, our body, the bone and bone, they are not joined 100%. So in between the joint, there are grease in there. It's called lubricant. Joint is, especially those people who got joint problem, arthritis. It's because the lubricant within the bone is not working already or not able to produce, especially old people. And mostly the problem is the joint here, the big joint in your hip. That's where the problem is. And here, most old people, that's where, like me also, can be very painful. What to do is like their old age. So therefore you must always eat the right food. You must eat seaweed. Seaweed give you this and this. This food is in Chinese food, but the Westerner doesn't eat. I don't think the Sri Lankan eat that. I have been with the Sri Lankan more than 10 years. They never eat one seaweed. So when they get old, many people have problem. All the old people all have problem. It's because they don't eat seaweed. You gotta eat the seaweed. Even though it's not nice, but you have to eat it. They got the sea taste. Understand? Lubricant. And last one is the urine. So 12 parts of the liquid. Is it the end of it? No, it doesn't. It's not the end of it. There's still fire. There's still air, but these are no shape. So Buddha don't mention this. Buddha only mentioned those that you can see, visible. If it's not visible, you wouldn't grasping it as you. Yeah. So therefore, these 32 parts, if you practice every day, Visuddhimagga say, why do we always think this is my body? It's because of continuity. What does it mean by continuity? Today, you go to sleep, you think this is me. Tomorrow you wake up, you think this is me again. That's continuity. You think this thing continue. No, it doesn't continue because you have never observed the fact, the truth. We drink and we eat every day, we keep on changing the body. We keep on changing the elements of the body. It cannot be continued. The fact is continue is because of the energy you get from your food. That's why it's called ahara. Ahara samudaya, rupa ahara samudaya. How did the rupa continue? It is called a food. Then the rupa continue, this form continue. This form survive. The arising of the form is because of the food, Buddha say. Only one factor. The factor is called the food, ahara. For a being to survive, for the form to continue, is because of the food. So same thing. It's the food We eat and the elements go in, water and the food goes in, therefore the body continue. So you must see the ahara. If you don't see ahara, you don't see the form correctly. So then you see the ahara, then you know the body is not me. The body is continued because of the food. Without food, the body dies. That's a fact. So Buddha is telling the truth. He didn't deceive us. He wished we will follow his advice and practice and quickly realize ourselves. So that's the first reason. Why do we not see the suffering or the imperfection? It's because we keep on changing our posture. This is mentioned in Visuddhimagga. Why do we keep on changing our posture? Supposing you sit, oh, painful, then you adjust again. Then you relieve your pain. Supposing the cushion is too hard, then you get a small cushion underneath there, you change your posture. If you sit too long, you say, okay, I will start walking. Then you change your posture. If you're hungry, you get some food, and you go in there, you change your posture again. Then you don't feel hungry. If you're tired, you go to sleep, you change your posture. You see, that because you keep on changing your posture, you don't see the suffering. That's true. That's true. Number 3, he said, why don't you see this is not me, selfless? It's because you don't see the element. If you see the earth element, water element, fire element, and the air element, there is no self in it. There is no body. There is just the upadaya rupa, the 32 parts, and the 4 elements, earth element, water element, fire element, air element. Then you become Sotapanna. Straight away, quickly you become Sotapanna. Of course, this is not the only one. Form is just one of them. You need to look at the feeling, perception, mental, karmic formation, and consciousness. All of them is impermanent and selfless. Then you become Sotapanna. Okay? So there will be the Vipassana for this. And you must do this every day. Morning, 1 session, nighttime, 1 session. And within my student, one lady in Sabah in Malaysia, she only did it in 4 days, she becomes Sotapanna. And one of my students in China, 7 days only Sotapanna. Just ordinary people. Not even ordained monks or nuns. So we are monks and nuns. If we don't attain, it's shameful. Understand? It's shameful. So therefore, we as a monk and nun, we should quickly attain. Understand? Same for them also same. Even though they are only temporary novice, if they don't attain, you are shameful. Understand? Because you don't do your work. You don't practice enough. You're too lazy. You spend your time sleeping and enjoying yourself. And that's what I can say. You don't spend your time practicing. How to practice? Vipassana. That's the way to do it. How to be Vipassana? Either you do Anupassana or you do Samadhi and then Vipassana. Either way you do. Anupassana is better. For most people who cannot get into Samadhi, you do Anupassana. Anytime, morning 1 session, afternoon 1 session, just like that. Make the mind calm, samatha, samantha. When the mind is samatha, then you do Vipassana. That's enough. That's Anupassana. Buddha in Mahasatipatthana, from the beginning until the end, always advise us to do Anupassana. Never say we must get into Samadhi. Never even one word say we must get into Samadhi in the whole text. Understand? I'm telling you the truth, what is taught by the Buddha. So everybody can do it. It's not the exclusive right of the ordained monks or nun. Anybody can do it. Anybody can attain. I'm not too optimistic, you understand? I'm not making Buddha's teaching too easy. It's not easy. You have to practice. Only through practice you can attain. Okay? That's it. That's the end of my teaching. Any question? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me punya. Asawakayang wahang hotu. Idam me punya. Nippanasa pacayo hotu. Mama punya. Pakan sapasatanam pacemi. Te sape me sama punya. Pakan lapantu satu.